information about payments, balances, and more online at childsupport.wisconsin.gov. To find out how, press 1. For collections and payments, press 1. For information on how to make payments, press 2. For information on how long it takes to get payments, press 3. For information about receiving payments electronically on a debit card or by direct deposit, press 4. For information about other child support services, press 5. To report an address or employment change, report a lost or stolen check, or for other options, press 6. To repeat this information, press star. To report an address or employer change, or to report a lost or stolen check, or for other payment inquiries, press 1. To report a name change, you must contact your county or tribal child support agency. For more information, press 2. For tax intercept information, press 3. For visitation and custody information, press 4. To repeat this information, press star. To return to the main menu, press pound. For collections and payments, press 1. For payment information is updated on this information line nightly. To access, you need to enter all 9 digits of your social security number. Please re-enter. You entered 39. Our representatives are available Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., excluding holidays. Please call back during these hours. Thank you.
So I have to call back at 8 o'clock. They told me they need to speak with me regarding my address. They have my fucking phone number. This is the bullshit. The child support agency in Kenosha, I had the address being used for a mailing address to Racine, Wisconsin, to 1213 Buchanan Street. Kenosha put with the courts that to put a lock on my address so I cannot be identified. Kenosha, Wisconsin put a protection where no one could even see in it. Like, the fuck would you do that for? So they're stopping correspondence, stop holding me up, doing all kind of dumb shit. I don't even, this case, not what I'm calling about should not even be through Kenosha. I'm supposed to handle it through the courts. The courts threw my case out, closed the case. Instead of, they had a choice whether to keep the case open or to close the case. They chose to close the case without asking me. They don't do their fucking job in Kenosha. They too motherfucking overbooked. These dumbass, I'm sorry, I'm about to take it here right now. I have to. These dumbass motherfuckers don't know how to do their job. They're being hired, probably from referral from some other dumbass motherfucker that worked there. They'll get a job and say that they qualify for some shit, and they don't. They're not teaching, they're not learning. So really, they on automatic systems like, just do this and that's all you have to do. This is how it is. This is how it always has to be type shit. They're talking about for one worker, they have over 1,400 cases for one. So that means they're not talking. They can't. How are they able to handle all that all the time on a monthly basis? Even if they did shit, if they work on, I don't even know how shit, ignoring shit. You're saying doing benchmark shit. Telling me don't had a court date. The Lyft guy was like talking to me or whatever. And I'm like, okay, but I asked him like, how come his car is not clean? And he's like, oh, it's a brand new car, whatever. I was like, okay, don't I ain't tripping, whatever. And I asked him, did he wash his car? I told Liv, do not send me any more dirty ass cars. I told Liv that already. So what is the fucking problem? I get in the lift. Water that's spilled on the floor, but I found out later that it's.
Return.
Did you say? I wasn't
I
able.
said that because we can return mail and we
Wait, can you repeat what?
your address
I
with no
didn't.
facility address. So
When did that
at this
happen?
time, you have participant protection on you. You would have to contact the child support agency. In this case, it's Kenosha County, and have an address updated in the system.
No.
So we cannot update your address.
I never agreed to have them have participation protection on me. But also this case that I'm calling about is not even in Kenosha County. I'm handling it on my own. So what are you talking about? And when you say everything has ended, that is alarming to me because I'm calling. How many cases do you see that are open there?
2 cases in Kenosha County that are open.
Okay, but the thing is Kenosha County Court. Kenosha County Agency is, and the Kenosha County Courthouse has a mailing address. So I don't know what you all are talking about. And when you say everything is ended, y'all not careful with y'all words. And that causes a lot of problems to someone with a large amount of information and education on this matter. Okay, so what do you see for my cases? Because I'm calling to ask information here. Do you see that Kenosha?
Who's the father on the case?
What?
Who's the father on the case that you're calling about?
I'm Jasmine Renee Davis.
No, but who's the father on the case?
Oh, so what else are you asking me? Because you don't want to take that, so now you're discriminating. So I can tell you, I'm gonna call and ask you now. Okay, you understand what's happening here? TYRELLEDWARDMORRIS. I asked you what you seen for both two accounts, but now you're separating them and you're discriminating against what I said. But I'm gonna move on. That already has been noted.
Okay. And what is the question that you have regarding the case on Terrell?
What do you see? No. I said Terrell Edward Morris. What is it? What are you seeing in the system? Can you explain to me what's happening with the case?
I didn't know what's happening with the case because we're the payment processing center. The last payment that I see that came in for him was on June the 11th for $78.74. That was applied to the custodial arrears.
And so what happened?
He owed you $1,731.23 in child support custodial arrears. There's interest that is outstanding of $77.28.
Okay, so you do have information. You were saying that you don't.
I don't know what's going on with the case. I'm just seeing what is out there.
Do you want to work for a different agency? Would you like a job somewhere else? Are you putting a hint in, HINT, somewhere else? Because I'm only talking to you about your job, so that's the only question that you could be answering. And I don't know if you're implying that I'm incapable or I don't have enough information to talk to you about only what's happening here. I don't need to call you and have you answer questions somewhere. I'm not stupid, just to make it plain. I'm asking you, there is a case there. You all asked for a case number, right or no? Did you not ask for a court? No, you heard me. Can you want to recall if you really gather what I said, or are you going to try to think of something, a snappy reply? I said you all asked for a court case number, so now I can't ask you what's happening with the case. Why did you could get the court case number, but you can't answer questions if I say it's about the court case number? Why do you ask for a court case number if you don't want me to say or refer to it as a court case?
Do you want the court case number? Is that what you're asking?
Are you serious?
Well, ma'am, you didn't ask. I didn't give you a court case number. You have two cases, and I asked you which father you were calling about. Other than that, I did not say anything else about a court case number. I'm also telling you that this is a payment processing center. We don't work with the court orders, but I can see what payments came in and how much is still out there. But if you're wanting to know what's going on with the court case, that is Kenosha County.
How are those payments how are you receiving those payments? How are they being submitted?
Income withholding.
What does that mean?
You're coming from an employer.
But okay, so how is that? Is it so? What happened to the other? Why was it not a payment came through for last week? How come a payment has not come in since June 11th?
I can't answer that question. If we don't have the payment, we can't answer a question.
Okay.
As of right now, we have not received it, but it could be, because was it last week there was a holiday that could be delayed?
So how many days would it be delayed?
I can't answer that question.
You have a quota criteria where if the money is, you are holding the money, you hold it because of a federal holiday. I don't even celebrate that holiday. So what would that have to do with me?
Well, that's because banking was closed and so was mail.
Mail. The payment is being
no
mailed.
mail on Friday.
What are you saying?
I said there was no mail delivery on Friday. All the banks were closed on Friday.
But usually the payment will come on that following day, which would be today. I've had payments where it was a Thanksgiving or a Christmas or something like that, and it'll come that next business day. So if it was on a Thursday or Friday, it will come on a Friday or Monday.
Well, at this time, I'm not seeing anything.
Are you saying those payments were mailed in?
No, I didn't say those payments were mailed in. I just said we have not received them. But yes, they are coming by mail.
What? Okay, you know what? Listen, I don't know what your problem is, but y'all ain't paying me enough and y'all not paying me. You just said something about mail. You did, and you explained the mail service. Now you saying you didn't, but then now you say they are coming by mail. What is your problem?
The employer is mailing the checks into us. The post office was closed on Friday, so if they had mailed it, we have not received it as of yet.
Okay, and so it is mailing how those payments have been coming in.
Yes.
Okay, but when I asked you that, why did you not answer that question properly when I first asked you that?
You didn't ask how the payments were coming in.
Oh, please. What did you hear me say?
You said how the payments were coming, and I said through income withholding.
I asked you to explain to me. You heard what I said.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Yeah. But how come whoever that was black is not still on the phone? Why you get on the phone?
Because she was having some issues with how you were, what you were saying about her talking. So that's why I got on the phone.
Okay, and what was those issues? Because I have a right to face my accuser. What was those issues? And I don't even, it's appropriate. It don't even a right. I know I find it appropriate. I can face my accuser. What did I do inappropriate to her?
The way she was asking you the questions about providing the information so we could look up your case, you said that was incorrect, that we should not have done that. So I was just trying to help out.
But how come she could not learn? Like, why are you on the phone? You call yourself doing better than that? How you doing any better? Why can't she learn and get this experience? You took that from her, so it could keep her making mistakes and not get this training that you trying to get from me. She should be the one to talk on the phone, not you.
Okay, I will put her back on the phone. Miss, is there anything else I can assist you with?
Yeah, I have plenty of questions. I'm not Miss. My name is Jasmine Renee Davis. You said that I was being inappropriate to you. I would like to know how, and then I would like to continue with my call.
Well, I'm not saying that you were being inappropriate. I just felt like maybe you thought I was unqualified to continue with your question. My supervisor got on the phone.
Are you in training right now?
I am, yes.
Okay, that is not the appropriate person to be training because she don't even have information. She's not even handling the call any better than how things were. And if you listening to that sort of thing, you're gonna fail at your job thinking that's how to talk, and it's not. They're not training you properly. They're robbing you of an employment opportunity, and that caused you to be able to file workman's compensation. And the reason for that is it's abuse. It's a hostile environment where it's a conflict of interest, which leads to litigation, which leads to you having a poor employment history, or which leads to you not being able to advance within the state of Wisconsin workflow or system, and other things that will be more appropriate. In other words, they seem to be setting you up for failure, and that is inappropriate. So I'm just going to ask if you could, in any other further, just be appropriate and hear what everyone is different. Everyone comes from different strengths, background, socio-economic standpoints, different status, hierarchies, income brackets, all kinds of shit. Some are very upset because of the way that you all do things and handle stuff. And some shouldn't even be on child support at all, but they have to go through the motions. So you cannot deliberately discriminate, and which has been happening on the phone. If you are using these words as such as father or anything, you have to identify that how someone is able to be mentioned as father instead of being sexist, biased, and trying to put someone in a binary position. That will get you sued civilly, just like your supervisor. I'm really working because she's working on being sued. Okay, so I just want to inform you that if you are not being supervised and trained properly, you can't put that in writing, and you could be trained by somebody else, because the way that call was handled, did you hear it? It was inappropriate. And you can also request the recording of the call for training purposes, and then you can talk to somebody in a position in your human resources department or someone else to make sure that if it's not on your part inappropriate, that it's making it difficult for you to be able to perform to your highest level and to fulfill your dexterities that will be better as far as being in control of your assigned job and the things that you're supposed to do. So you use this video or this recording for training purposes so that you can identify how you are being taught to say things which would be a conflict of interest and a security breach on me. And it leads to further ethics, that ethical ways that you are breaking. And then it can violate if someone chooses their constitutional rights. Unnecessary conversation and provoking in conversation is abuse and it's violence. And that has happened on this call today. And so I want to inform you that it is stopping me and taking up time that is inappropriate. When you're apologizing, then you should be able to explain what you're apologizing about, or don't say it. Not just to be polite. That is an assault in a lot of areas, because some take these words very seriously. You're going to get someone on the phone, and I'm on the phone right now. Apologies are very serious. If you're just saying it, or you're saying thank you, you got to say thank you for what? Not everybody going to accept a thank you because it's a lot of business that's shaking and moving throughout the state of Wisconsin. And these are all agencies that are working together. They might try to get an uninformed consent in one place or some unauthorized approval or try to settle some shit. And your words might be just what validate that. And that is inappropriate. I'm out here fighting this stuff and that is not up to you. But when you're doing that, you're getting caught in a conflict and it causes a crossfire. And I look at you as a state of Wisconsin employee and they should educate you properly to not make those kind of sneak disses. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you about this case. This is do you still, what case, you have a case pulled up ahead of you? You all did ask me for a court case number, but you don't identify it as a court case. That is inappropriate. So I told you my social security number. Usually when someone is hearing a full social security number, that is questionable. I did answer that, but usually you all, for me to understand. So then you should be able to have the confidence to understand what I'm saying, where I'm coming from. Okay. So do you have a file or something pulled up? So I can ask you more questions into this. And another thing, you cannot limit the way that or what I asked about the case. You cannot refer to other agencies because I'm only talking about yours. So you have to keep on task and say, answer questions to your best of your ability and try to learn and seek the information about how that can apply to your agency instead of assuming that I don't know what I'm talking about. That will get you sued in court. Okay? And you could get sued for a number of reasons. Like, you don't slander me to say that I'm incapable of knowing who I'm talking to. Okay, so I'm showing you education right now and information, and it's because of the way that you all are handling this. It's abuse. So that's why I want to further ask you all, and then so that I can explain and then I can know, because I'm learning. Okay, so I'm a learner, so I ask questions so that I can understand how to go next. If you all give me as much information, that means I'm not calling another agency and they claim that I'm harassing them where you all have harassed me. If you're not giving me the point of contact that I need, then I go higher up, and then it goes back to you all get in trouble because you should have answered the question at your level. And so what I'm doing is I don't want to call it safeguarding, but what I am doing is being appropriate in a way that I handle myself with integrity and thoroughly right now. Okay. And that's all I'm doing. I'm not fighting you. I'm not being mean to you. You cannot control the way I am or my education status. I don't have to dumb down on this conversation, but you all have to know your job. So you have to level up. You have to know exactly what you're doing, not me. Okay, because you all have your way of doing things, and if you cannot keep up in conversation, you cannot continue to hold public money, and you cannot continue to discriminate and force anyone into slavery, because that's what that would be doing. It's discrimination and it's violence to say that a specific educational background can only call, and then I would have to change my language and everything about me just to answer questions that you all should know and that you care not to look and involve yourself in. Even if you have to put the call on hold and ask someone to explain this thoroughly, even if you have to look in your employee handbook, it's time for that on my cause. But there's going to be some that is not sitting here getting $7 a week, that is got their own money too, and that will take you to court, and they will take your job off of your hands, and then you won't be able to work in this sort of capacity. And that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to let you know what is real. So can you please answer my question? I've asked you a question more than once.
Okay, ma'am. So I'm just trying to understand exactly what you need. Do you need the court case number? Are you inquiring about the payments that come in, the payment amount? Because we are the payment processing center.
What's your name?
Alicia.
And what's your employee identification number or whatever you use?
JC 280.
Okay, I did ask you if you have a what? What did you say? I didn't hear what you.
Last letter is K.
Okay, I asked you if you. I asked you if you have the file pulled up and you didn't answer that.
So the information is still pulled up, yes.
Okay, and so I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. It is 8:45 a.m. and it's June 22nd, 2026. What time do you have over there? Just for the record. Your calls are being recorded. Is that true?
That is true. 8:45 a.m.
Okay, on what day?
June 22nd,
Wait.
2026.
Okay, so
Monday.
okay, great. And so what I'm saying to you is that I want to talk to you about this case. There's some information. How have you all been receiving those payments that have been coming through on this case in particular?
It looks like weekly income withholding, like from his employer. They've been being sent in.
Sent in how though?
Mailed in by check. Income withholding.
Mailed in by text? Check. Okay. And so what services are being used? How are you receiving that information? Like what mailing service is sending that?
Postal service like USPS.
Is that, or could it's other postal services? That's why I asked, because I'm gonna call them further. So that's why I want to know.
United States Postal Service.
Okay, and so is there a reason why the payment has not been submitted for this since June 11, 2026, please?
We don't have that information. We just know that we have not received it in the mail.
And what could be some reasons if it was sent that payment would not have been sent through?
The mail could be delayed because of the holidays, but it hasn't reached the payment processing center yet.
Okay, and usually how much time does a delay happen? What are the times that you have that would be the required amount of times to that would be those payments would be postponed that you have listed there in your system?
We don't have like a specific time. It's just, whenever the post office delivers them to us, they could be backlogged. We don't have a specific time.
There,
when they will arrive.
No, actually, there is some listing there that there is saying that there's a specific amount of days that I will allow to report a payment missing, or that to begin to question further of the integrity of why the payment has not arrived. You all do have a specific amount of days that they ask that will be allowed between payments to give a flexibility. Is that true, or do you know that?
So my supervisor is saying that we don't specify like when we can report a missing payment. That's up to the child support agency.
I don't use the child support agency. Do you see that? What child support agency do you see that is handling this case on there?
Whichever county you're
No, please tell me. No, only just stick to what you see the information on there, please. I'm really asking you thoroughly.
We're showing Kenosha County.
For who is listed on here? Kenosha County Child Support Agency, you said, is handling this case? Are you sure about that?
So what we're saying, yes.
No, this case, are you looking at for Terrell Edward Morris, date of birth, March 22nd, 1983? I'm not talking about Derek, Darrell, Duke, or Lewis, October 31st, 1980. No, actually, I handle this on my own. Kenosha County is not supposed to be on this case. This is my own information, and you all know that. Do you see in your system that Kenosha County is not supposed to handle my case. I've called you all months previous of this call, and you have verified it. So when did Kenosha County get on this case? Kenosha County Child Support Agency.
They are the agency that's monitoring the case.
They cannot monitor the case because I sent them information. I handle my own case. They do not have to be on my case. My payments are being handled through the court. They have been given note and notice. Department of Children and Families cannot handle this case. I do not have to use the Child Support Agency to handle this case.
All right. So if they're not handling it, then we don't enforce the case. You would have to enforce it yourself.
The problem is, I was told that the money through the courts, it will be through the courts, and the money will still come through your trust fund. How do you enforce anything? Now you're a we with who? What do you mean we? Hello?
The payment processing center does not enforce the payment. Or the case.
Are you in connection with the Kenosha County Child Support Agency?
We're not in connection with them. We are only process the payment.
So you all enforce payments?
We don't enforce them. No, we only process them. Like post them to your account.
So why did you say that you enforce them then?
I said we don't enforce them.
You said that you do enforce them. You said that you do enforce them. You said you choose whether or not you enforce them or you do not enforce them, depending on if I have a case with Kenosha County Child Support Agency. Yes, you did. Yes, the fuck you did. I'm out here now, okay, please, because you did. And what is the reason why you are being dishonest, and why do you have to have somebody to talk for you, and why are you on the floor working a job and for this serious matter and you do not know? How come you are not in a training center somewhere instead of messing up my time right now and messing up my reputation? You are slandering me right now because I'm having to talk to you on a level where you should already know, and you saying some stuff that you should not talk about. And I don't know if you're trying to be judgmental and discriminating ways, but the information that you're saying is inappropriate. Now, when someone does not use the child support agency and they enforce the case themselves, if an employer chooses to send the money in, how do you then handle it? What are you talking about? Y'all not going to train. You did not ask me for permission for a trainer or someone in school to get on my case. That's just like if someone was at a doctor's office. I do not have to have a student to touch me or be involved. I don't have any doctors, but y'all not about to do this to me. No, I do not. Y'all not about to try out on me because you are giving misinformation, and now you saying that I'm dishonest. You're saying that I'm not giving you proper information. That's misinformation, right? Is that not what happened? And then now you wasting time and being quiet. So I'm gonna have to call back, and then y'all gonna say I'm harassing y'all because I have another case that I have to address. I have too much stuff on this call to address, and now you are being dishonest, and now you want to make it seem like you don't have anything to say where you said some words that were inappropriate. So it's no longer, you can't blame them. I informed you at the beginning of this call what's acceptable and not acceptable. I told you if you do not have information and if you do not know what you're talking about, to seek that information before you say it out your mouth. But you choose to continue without validating that information. And then you went back on your word saying things like, oh, no, you did not say that. So now you're trying to make it seem like I'm incoherent. And I don't not appreciate that. I fight about that. You and them too, whoever. Because I'm not at odds with myself. I know what I hear. And your call is being recorded. So you can be subject to getting fired today if you do not clean up this call. Did you or did you not say?
Ma'am.
You said, no, I'm not Jasmine Davis. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. Who are you on the phone? because you all are not taking, you are not my slave owners. You are not going to continue to make it seem like I'm doing wrong to you, and you continue to keep your job, and the state of Wisconsin steady putting out indictments on me as if I'm being violent to y'all, and that's the only thing that will cause me to not to be able to be a full individual or to get full information throughout this as in your democracy. See, you are not going to divide and conquer me with your tactics and your inappropriate stuff, because violence is the one thing that would take away any constitutional actions or behaviors. And now you are trying to make it seem like I'm being violent to you. Violence is not tolerated at all. I'm not a citizen, but that Constitution is what you all are uphold. And I'm Jasmine Renee Davis, and I'm warning you, I'm not Miss Davis. I'm Jasmine Renee. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis.
If you do not allow us to help you, if you do not want assistance, then we're going to disconnect the call, and we will not tolerate foul language on the call.
What foul language is that? Why are you doing foul language?
You you were swearing at us.
Swearing at you? Swearing how? What swear? I don't owe you anything. Bitch, die, bitch. D-I-E, die. Get off your job. Die, bitch. You are trying to kill me. You die, bitch. Die. D-I-E. Die, bitch. You're lying. And you all are not doing your motherfucking job, and you're not going to blame me. Die. I'm not playing no more. I'm not playing no these motherfuckers just sit there. This is what they do. I'm not fucking playing. They are trying to kill me. I can't ever get my information straight. They are standing in my way. And this is why these motherfuckers find that they want to kill other motherfuckers, put them on death row. They judge motherfucker. I'ma judge you today. I'm not scared. No, I'm not scared of shit no more. I'm not scared of shit no motherfucking more. These motherfuckers have to go. They have to get off of this shit, I promise you. Because they killing the fuck out of me out here steady. I can't do shit. I can't talk to a motherfucker. They hate that I have a beautiful conversation. They step right in and say dumb shit. They fucking sit up there and lied their ass off and said that they don't enforce it. These bitches are lying their ass off. They have misinformation there. They have showed that they still got other agencies working on these cases where they should not be working on these motherfucking cases. They do it behind my back, just like Kenosha Human Development Services had me on programs like Victims of Crime Act and all that different shit where they were not giving me motherfucking money. Were not giving me shit that they were supposed to get. They do not tell all of the shit that is happening. And I felt so fucked up. All that lighter fluid, all that nasty smelling meat, I had so many feelings, and I felt good. I was busting nuts in my motherfucking sleep. My womb was so happy that night. I felt great. But that's not what the fuck I still had to acknowledge that it was some violence in the air, like the fucking poison through that lighter fluid mixing with the fucking nasty charcoal. The way the food, ain't no telling what they put in that food. Motherfuckers was being served death on the platter that day, and they didn't motherfucking just because they know how to cook it right. That shit had me so sick, and plus I barely had anything to eat, and ain't no telling what was in some of the food or the ice that I had from other places. I'm gonna keep that shit real. But that did not stop me from being able to have a conversation for probably an hour or more talking to the Republican Party that was there. They called crisis on me. Like, why are y'all watching me? That's stalking me. You're in tune with my conversation, watching my every move, and I'm not with. They're talking about, who are you here with? All this different shit. Who are you here with, bitch? Why the fuck do I gotta be here with anybody? They talking to me like I'm a fucking child. Like I'm a minor that need a fucking babysitter. It ain't you. And if you are being hired, then you not whoever having you to treat me like I cannot be alive and living or on my own. They need to be the fuck here. Interest all the fuck out here constantly. Their interests. They are having me on programs saying that I'm on shit and I'm not supposed to be on their motherfucking programs. It's terrible. And they sit there. And now I'm about to call these motherfuckers back. And it's the same bitch, Miss Davis, Miss Davis. I'm telling you, I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. Oh, you swearing? They sitting there. How the fuck? 3 motherfuckers sitting there for the call. They are targeting me. They are harassing me. They are abusing me. And they're intentionally doing this shit. Now, and they ass is gonna get in trouble. That same bitch keep interrupting the calls, and she never identify who the fuck she is.
Welcome
But
to the
somebody is
Wisconsin
know who
Child
the fuck
Support
that hoe
Payment
is.
Processing Center information line. Para español, marque dos.
These bitches trying to get in witness protection,
Convey
y'all.
additional information about
Telling you,
payments,
they ass don't want to
balances,
take
and
accountability
more
for shit
online
that they
at
do, but they steady putting indictments out on me to have their
To find out
churches,
how,
they
press
agencies,
1.
they jails, they police officers, their law enforcement to kind of
collections and
always watch
press
me and
1.
tell me that
For
they're gonna
information on how
charge
to
me
make
with
payments,
obscenity,
press 2.
harassment,
For
all kinds of
information on
shit.
how
This
long
is
it
the
takes to
typical
get
shit that
payments,
these motherfuckers do,
press
and a
3.
lot of times
For
that's the
information
motherfucker
about
culture. A
receiving
lot of these
payments
white
electronically
motherfuckers,
on a
not
debit
all, but
card
a
or
lot
by
of them.
direct
I don't give a
deposit,
fuck.
press
No.
4. Payment information is updated on this information line nightly, Monday through Friday. The payment information you will hear is the most up-to-date information available for your case. Please enter your kid's personal identification number followed by... To access kids' information without a personal identification number, you must enter your social security number and date of birth. Please enter your social security...
I'm sorry. They
Please
trying to
enter
kill
your
me.
date
They
of
want
birth
me to
using
die. They
2
want me to
digits
go
for the
through all
month,
of this
2
motherfucking shit.
digits for the
They can
day,
get
and
exactly
4
what they are
digits for
asking
the
for.
year.
I believe that's what they're doing to me, and they shall reap what they sow. And I'm not threatening them. I did not say that I was
The
going to
date
do
of
something
birth is
harmful
an
to them
8-digit
motherfuckers,
number.
but I'm telling no, it ain't, bitch. Fuck you. It ain't.
Please hold while we validate your social security number and date of birth. Please hold while your call is transferred.
Talking about
Your
you're
call may be
lying.
monitored or recorded for quality
Shit, you're
and
being
training
dishonest.
purposes.
What the fuck?
Please hold for the next available representative. Thank you for holding. The next available agent will be with you shortly.
I did not plan on doing this shit all this
Did you
motherfucking
know
time.
that
Over an hour? Hell no, man.
balances, and print payment coupons
I'm
and
not happy with
history
this
online?
call. I'm
Child
not
support online
interested.
services
It's
are
not,
free,
you know what I'm
fast,
saying?
and
It's not
secure.
amusing to
Visit
me.
www.childsupport.wisconsin.gov for
Mm-mm.
more information. Wisconsin Trust Fund, can I please have your social security number?
Who are you, please?
You're calling the Wisconsin Trust Fund Department?
No, I'm asking your name. What's your name?
Oh, my name is Glenda.
Okay, so you're all still asking, can you have a social security number after all that I just went through? And you just
I don't know
apologize
what
for
all
saying
you
that.
just went through.
Just attacked me at the Wisconsin Child Support Trust Program. And you all apologize for asking me, can you have my social security number? I told you that that is inappropriate because of how it can be misused. As far as you all taking responsibility of someone or anything like that, that is not the proper, and that is not to be tolerated.
Do you have a first, last name, and date of birth?
Of who?
Of yourself.
Okay, what is your identification number for your employee? Your employee identification number there? It's always been a fight.
Number, no problem.
No, I don't. I asked you to tell me yours. You keep that. I don't need that to have it for you to give it to me. I need you to say it so I can make sure I have it for my records, please.
J as in Jack, C as in Charles, the number 2903.
Okay, and so what is your position there? Like, and can you just say the name of the place that you work for, just for my records, please?
Wisconsin Trust Fund Department.
Wisconsin Trust Fund Department?
Right. This is a department that is calling in regards to basically if you are having questions about like payments to your case, if you have a child support case within county. That's this department.
Okay. So for what state?
This is the department that you call if you have questions about payments in regards to any child support case that you have within your county. This is the department that you will call for as far as like if you have concerns about your payments, if a payment has posted to your account.
But what is
Otherwise, like if it's case specific questions, you would be referred to your local child support agency to speak with your caseworker.
that's inaccurate information because this case is not with the agency. I handle it on my own.
But so when you open the case up, like the payment is not going through like for a payout to another party as far as Wisconsin.
I had asked you what state. Is that your answer?
No,
Okay, so what state is it
Wisconsin,
that what state are you working through? I'm asking you. Like the geographical.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Is the call center.
You're in Milwaukee,
Your call
Wisconsin,
center.
for
That's
the state
correct.
of Wisconsin, right? So that's your government, the state of Wisconsin. Is that true? Is that the government? What government are you working through?
We're Milwaukee, Wisconsin call center, the Wisconsin Trust Fund Department.
Because I am not or no longer in the government of the state of Wisconsin. However, this case is still through the court system, and I'm calling to talk to you all about that. You have some misinformation there, and
Okay.
I want to ask
Okay.
about my wait, what are you doing? I'm talking to you. I'm literally
No,
telling you.
get clarification.
Well, then hear what I'm
to
saying.
direct you.
No, I know who I'm talking to. What is the problem?
I'm really not having a problem. I'm just trying to assist you.
But
I'm
you're,
trying to
how
do
are
the best
you?
I can.
But why can't you just hear? Are you capable of hearing and then replying, or you have to now ask me questions?
So, because that's what I have been doing.
That's not, because you interrupted me when I was going to explain that you could have grabbed any information from what I said to answer your questions, but you chose not to do that. And you're trying to throw me off now, and I don't like that at all. That's violent. And it's abuse. And I don't, you're in a hostile environment. I am not. I'm not abusive to you. I have not done anything wrong, but you all have been attacking me for over 1 hour, and I'm calling back again, and it's continuing right now. For what reason? I should not have to do all this because you all want to stay in control of somebody else's affairs. That's identity thieving. And that's doing more. It's an integrity thing. It's a serious thing, including racketeering and other things that you are now included in party of a crime too. I'm not playing any games. And you sit there and you not hearing me, and you working for a place that are committing highway robbery and doing everything else, and you gonna contribute to that by talking like junk to me for what? I'm just trying to talk to you. I have not done anything appropriate to you whatsoever. And when I'm trying to ask questions to you and talk to you to someone freshly, I'm being met with the same culture, and that's okay. But do you understand that you got a mouth and you can use it? I have a mouth and I can use my mouth. You reply to that outsource of something that should not have a place within public policy, a public region, a public interest, or any private situation whatsoever. You know, you cannot grab a hold of anything and everything and just choose to make it your own. You're supposed to listen to the cause instead of trying to assassinate me over the phone. And that is what you all have been doing by trying to stop my integrity and saying that I'm not talking to you appropriately, whereas I'm constantly involved in this conversation. More involved than you, because I know why I call, and you're interrupting me and taking up too much of my time. I'm not here to date you. I'm not here to, I don't want to talk to you this long on this phone like this unless I have to, and I have some stuff. They hung up the phone. I'm gonna come to them as, I'm not calling them no motherfucker more today. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna waste my motherfucking day and stress myself out. This is what they do. they have an attack on my life. And it's like they have some kind of something on me. So all they agencies stress me the fuck out. These bitches will get motherfucking books put on their ass. They looking for me to threaten any and every one of the motherfuckers. They are. And they got it. They listen. They want me to threaten them. And I'm telling you, right motherfucking now, it's inappropriate the way that they are in their goddamn actions. Someone else can take over that job. Their whole department can get fucking fired. They was mad at Elon Musk because they are not serving the federal government. And these counties, they want to be GOV now. These cities and all that shit, states want to be in the federal government, and they do not stand up, and they're getting their ass kicked. And it's jeopardizing a lot of others that are trying to get information, and they are not having it. It's too many motherfuckers out here dying. It's too many out here stealing and robbing and killing just to make it. And this simple shit. No. This is why, and I told them at the Republican Party too. I said, I want to see something different. And these might not be my exact words, but this is what I mean. And it might not sound right. I say somebody that's running for president needs to understand. You're spending more time preventing these presidents from being killed out here and assassinated. But not everybody going to sit up here and let these presidents continue to come along and they're still in the same condition. These presidents are getting shot up, threatened, you know what I'm saying, for death. Like all of them do, basically, apparently. Because they do not qualify. And they are doing shit and in a capacity where none of them are ever going to come along and face the real true issues. You know what I'm saying? And that's inappropriate. When they sit there and they use weapons of mass destruction, when they use areas as far as wars, and they're going and taking over others' colonies and others' area and trying to turn into whatever they're doing, whether they be Russia, whether they be motherfucking whoever, Israel, I don't even know, United States of America, whatever government it is, you get the same hassle that you give. Okay, I'm beautiful because I'm beautiful, not because I'm scared. Okay, that's a motherfucking difference. Okay, I know how I like to feel. I don't always feel good. I get shooken up. Yesterday, Metro PCS called the fucking police on me in Kenosha, Wisconsin. I went there to talk about my phone. I wanted to at least put like $1 on my phone bill to show that I still can make payments in Kenosha, Wisconsin, so that they can identify that Kenosha is not out of the picture and that I still would like to receive service and, you know what I'm saying, be identified in the Kenosha area. I know what I'm doing. Motherfuckers mad because I know how to make moves. That's on me. You know what I'm saying? But I also, my phone app, when I go into my phone, how the fuck is a phone? These are no longer phones. They got a phone app. I'm paying for a phone service. And it's an app. And then they want to sit there and get rid of the rotary dial phone where it hooks up to a wall. Now you got to be connected to the internet to get a phone. These motherfuckers know what they're doing. But there are some who continue to fight to keep they plug-in motherfucking phone that didn't go with the crowd and say, no, switch me over. No, I'm keeping my shit. But it's a lot of motherfuckers who have had to move, who have been in jail, who have not been able to pay their bills, fighting. And these motherfuckers put astronomical amounts of charges onto those bills, and they can't pay their bill, or they have to go to another service, or there's no longer that kind of coverage in their area, and so they switch them to their homies or somebody else so that they can snatch they call out of the motherfucking wall. Now, there are other phones that are just a phone, like a flip phone, maybe. Okay, I understand that. But that's why I want to talk to them so that they can have a large amount of information. Okay? They can have a large amount. Oh, that was Ice Cube. I don't know what that is. My phone, I have something happened. No, but the thing about it is, and Ice Cube be in a whole bunch of movies. I appreciate Ice Cube. I don't know Ice Cube, but I'm Jasmine Renee Davis.
Hello?
I'm Jasmine Renee
Hi,
Davis.
my name is Diana. There is a note on your Medicare profile that your 2026 update hasn't been confirmed. Just a quick confirmation from you, and we are all set. Do you have Part A and Part B?
What is that confirmation that you are looking for?
Sorry. Are you enrolled in Medicare Part A and B?
Who are you calling? Who are you looking for?
I'm calling from a Medicare benefits review service. We help Medicare members find out if they qualify for updated benefits. So just checking, do you have Medicare Parts A and B?
Why, when you called me, you assumed and you made it seem that you said that you're looking for information to validate something for you, and that's all that you needed. So you apparently know who you're trying to call. Who is it? And why are you trying to gaslight or trying to intimidate someone to believe where they have trust and they will assume that they can answer questions to you, but you are being inappropriate? Why can't I talk through a simple understanding? If they are who they say they are, they'll be happy to address these issues because this is the capacity. No, I find it, you know what I'm saying, very serious. Now, all this should be happening. It is what it is. But anyway, so as far as this phone service, I went there to Metro PCS. I said, my phone app, I can't even use my phone sometime. The app keeps ending or whatever. But I had to charge my phone. I wanted to pay the money. He's like, no, I can't. I said, yes, I can. I know I can. I mean, what are you here for? He said he gonna call the police. He didn't ask me to leave. He said he was gonna pull it up. All this, and then somebody else came in. I'm like, shit, if I'm sitting here, I could charge my motherfucking phone while I'm waiting. I'm not about to just be sitting. And also, you're not about to be doing whatever the fuck you doing or pushing me out the way. And no, this motherfucker up there talking to you, handle her and tell this bitch to leave. I don't give a fuck what you want. You're not gonna put me ahead of the line or behind the motherfucking line, nigga. Like, nah, I'm not doing that shit. Their envy is at an all-time high. And each and every one of them know too much about me. They watch my motherfucking Facebook videos and they sit there and can't get enough and they build up hate. That is a hate crime. A lot of them are contributing to literally hate crimes. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. That is a fucking hate crime. It's a hate crime. Mm-mm. I'm trying to find a job. I don't know where to look at. I don't have any education. Motherfuckers be talking about they gonna find a job. They haven't called me yet. I don't care. I'm not looking for. I'm not worried about that. But I just don't qualify. I don't. And so what am I supposed to do? Continue to be myself. This is my life. It's my work, and they know that, and they cannot stop me. Like, no. I'm smart. I'm better than them. They're not smart. I'm not smart like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I know something. I have information. Anyway, I'm out here though. I got some stuff that I want to do. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. It's just all this shit is just notice. This shit builds up. They need to make those juvenile records public because they using them and they're abusing them. And they're doing a lot of shit with an incompetency thing. They also hide that. So they forcing motherfuckers into jail time for free. No case, no trial. They making me plea or not. And I can't even get a plea. Matter of fact, having me they suspend the case and I can't appeal. I can't fight it because they talking about they dropped the case. But why did I fucking have to go to jail? Why would you take me to jail? I didn't even plead. I had no conviction, no sentencing, nothing. And they have did that 2 times already. I'm out here. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. These motherfuckers have not, I don't hear any of them Tom Tiffany, Mandela Barnes, David Crawley, all y'all motherfuckers out here, Tony Evers, even though you retiring, you are going to get sued. I'm telling you right motherfucker now. And it's to your capacity for Department of Public Instruction and government. I'm going to sue you because you're going to have to answer to how you neglected your, if it was your job, I don't give a fuck. You still know. You use your name. You sign your motherfucking name. You know your integrity. There are those that are integrity who say, as they are working, their job and their lives are not separate. They live the same life inside of work than they do outside of work. And that is a great ethical way of looking at things. I'm out here, man. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. I'm not about to get stressed out. I be all shooken up and shit. I be, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, the motherfuckers called the police. I felt it when I got on that goddamn coach line bus. I was just shaking in the inside because I didn't know if I was gonna have to go to jail. I didn't know what they would do to me. I had 1% battery on my tablet. I was so fucked up. Then got to Racine. I was so cold. If it wasn't for Tyrell and pulling up, asking me what am I doing, and my and his and Ferry, you know what I'm saying, telling me that to come over there, she called me. I was so cold, but I make it. I'll make it. You know what I'm saying? It was raining, but I was hungry. I had no food. I have no money. I got about $2. No way to go around here. I tried to go to a grocery store that I could walk to up the street. They on bullshit. I never go back in there again. It's always a conflict of interest. No motherfucker could be clean around here. That's because when the motherfuckers start standing up and telling them, no, you're not going to sit here and call. The only way that they get paid, the state of Wisconsin, pay motherfuckers if they sick or they criminal. You know what I'm saying? That's what they base their shit off of. It's hard to get out of this shit, but it's not impossible. And I'm not in their government. I'm not in any of that shit. But I got a lot of dealings where I didn't know any better about it. But I know now. And they hate that I know now. I'll start educating motherfuckers on how to get their money. It's just as well as they take other shit. I'm going to learn how to for motherfuckers to take their shit. And I'm going to tell it so motherfuckers can understand. Just as well as you could take somebody's shit, a motherfucker can take your shit. And they know that. Because they're the ones that's being, no, I want my education. This motherfucking land, how the fuck you sitting there and acting like this your shit? These bitches swear that they hard because they work for a city, a county, or a state, or some federal, or some other kind of government. You're not the only government. It's motherfuckers. Oh yeah. Racine, Wisconsin. Now, oh, motherfucker. Hold on now. Oh, nope. So, on Saturday, apparently, June 20th, 2026, in the mid area somewhere in Racine, Wisconsin, police department, or the municipal police department, Racine, I seen the video. I heard it with my own motherfucking ears. Ain't no motherfucker denying it. And somebody came and crashed one of the motherfucking police cruisers, bitch. Now what? It probably was their own any motherfucking way. That nigga probably had somebody to do it so he can get a bigger car, punk ass shit. Now, I'ma assume, because you wasn't even supposed to be there in the first place. It was a group near some houses. They told them that they were engaging in unlawful assembly. This is why they doing all this motherfucking infertility, all of this sterilizing, all this C-sections, all this fucked up food. Like I said I was cleaning up yesterday, Lincoln Park in Kenosha. I said, damn, I'm going somewhere with this. I know what I'm talking about. And I'm sorry that you don't take time, your education, but you know something. You know what I'm saying, that I may not know. You're an expert on you. I'm an expert on me. I know what I'm talking about. You may know how to be good at motherfucking puzzles and all kinds of shit. You may know all kind of rules and laws somewhere else. But I know what I'm talking about. They had bottles of Gatorade everywhere. So I said, damn, oh, this is what they do. They film all around. Have all these individuals, independent children, whoever, adults, whatever they call themselves, dignitaries or whatever. But the children, the kids, they kept calling them kids. I know that shit. But I was not mad. I had a happy time. I don't give a fuck because oh my goodness. I'm not worried. It was a variety of things that happened that was great to me. I was happy to be there. I literally felt great about everything that I seen. It was nothing that went wrong other than them calling crisis on me for what? But motherfuckers will fuck around and find out. Don't be abusive toward me, I guess. But don't say stupid shit too. But I'm not mad. Okay? All my conversations were thorough. That motherfucking Dre Mar got up there and how was any of his, and he said, God bless you. You don't stand in front of a bunch of black motherfuckers and talk about God bless you, insulting them. But do you talk about God bless you at your shows and all that? No, I stood up and asked him, explain what you mean. That motherfucker laughed it off. You don't stand in front of all these impressionable minds like that and say some God bless you in a forum like this. Where is the fuck the cross? What are you saying? God bless you. You ain't throwing no motherfucking money in the air. What God are you talking about? Because they have the God of fertility. They have the God of life. They have the God of death. There's all kinds of motherfucking gods out here. What the fuck are you talking about? So if motherfuckers to do shit, so they didn't see me fuck up, they didn't see no schizophrenia, but they still had apparently an agenda, or maybe it was just because of what actually happened on the scene. Maybe it was whatever. These motherfuckers pay $39. I said, they sit there and increase their growth, have their mind stimulating, their bodies growing. I know how I felt. I felt so good. My womb was so happy, where I was rocking in my sleep and just felt like I was constantly having orgasms. I was just so hot, like I literally, that is, and I'm making a point here. So that's important information to know. It was so wonderful. So I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. So great to see some things. But I felt myself, I was there on my own. Okay. I said, and then they give them Gatorade. So all of their growth to stimulate their fertility, to stimulate them an erection or whatever they have to do, you know what I'm saying? Then they give them Gatorade to wash it all down, to let them know it is not yours. It was only for footage. We excited you. We got you all this because we're using that. This is not your shit. Now, the reason I say that is because they should know better. They sitting there passing all this shit out to these children and not knowing the ingredients. They don't have nobody on their committee to look at what they passing out. They gonna fuck around and get sued. They all can get a motherfucking lawsuit. Talking about, oh, it's free food over here and all that. No, you don't just give shit out. And if those children have a doctor's appointment today or whatever, how many of you do a statistic? Some ratio, 1 in 100, 2 in 100 probably would be diagnosed with diabetes. Just off of fucking Juneteenth alone. And when you educate yourself, and because I am 40, so I got experience in this shit, right? Not because I'm 40, but because I can say that I'm able to put as much information in this shit than somebody going to school and they're learning. I know what I'm talking about. And I'm not coming to attack and fight. I'm just speaking regularly. This is a conversation that I have on a date, on one of the most romantic, fine motherfucking dates, that'll sit there and to the restaurant damn near closed and the tip would be $300 motherfucking $400. Because the information that is being looked at. I'm different. That don't mean that I'm fucked up. I'm just different. And that's what I have to highlight. I'm just different. Racine, Wisconsin told a group of black individuals. Now, I guess they know if somebody had 12 children and they got 300, 400 grandchildren. It's a Saturday, somebody's birthday party, and they all kicking it outside of their grandmama, granddaddy house. What the fuck can you do about that? How are they unlawfully assembling and you about to incarcerate them and arrest them because of that? Make it make sense. Come on now. No. You all want control over every motherfucking thing. It's political, but it's cheating. It's unethical. It is. It's immoral. It's a whole lot of things. It's bogus as fuck. It's rape. Oh, yes, it is. Because you stopping motherfuckers from being able to have a sexuality to see their brothers and sisters, literally. To be around that group, even if it's their motherfucking friends. All this shit, I don't give a fuck. We kicking it at my house. The fuck do you mean? Assembly, you're not about to sit up here. What the fuck is the word? We talking about what's good out here. What are you talking about? The fuck you gonna arrest me because we kicking it outside an unlawful motherfucking assembly? And then they had the nerve to throw potential light or something like that. Nigga, nah, you about to see what the fuck is happening. You don't need to know what the hell is going on. You know, silly motherfuckers around here is y'all. I come from a motherfucking background where motherfuckers hundreds used to gather at my dad's house at 422530 for Kenosha, Wisconsin, 53144 1938. Never did a motherfucker come up to me, my dad's house, and say that you're all about to go to jail from unlawful motherfucking assembly. Since when I need a permit to kick it at my motherfucking house and invite so now I can't see my folks? Oh, this is a motherfucking problem. You and I talk about not having a family. Y'all motherfuckers want, no, it's not that. A lot of associations is this, plain and simple. It's a lot of reasons. I don't want to associate myself and be put in a jam and be familiar. I'm on a whole nother level, whether it be professional too, but it's a way that I have. Jasmine Renee Davis. Hundreds of motherfuckers will gather at different addresses that my own motherfucking Fairy Renee Lee have had. She's her own self. I've seen this shit so many motherfucking times. What do you mean? Y'all motherfuckers that insecure that somebody can't not. I do not care. If the neighbors are calling, that's on them. Why the fuck would you move? Why the fuck would you have all these houses so close together? Y'all let all these developers come around, and I'm gonna talk about that. You know, they can buy their shit, but they also can give some space and opportunity. But this how they want their shit to look like rooms on top of rooms, and then y'all sell them and rent them. That's on y'all. I don't give a fuck. But you're not about to stop somebody from having. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. That is you gonna literally give them all a criminal background and curse their whole fucking family and get their grandmama and granddaddy a heart attack out here so that you can supply their blood to all y'all motherfuckers. Tested, autopsy, you exactly the consequences for dumbass shit like that. You don't know if a motherfucker had a birthday party, a wedding, a motherfucking funeral, a fucking dinner. You'll see motherfuckers come. Any damn thing. Then you don't know what rituals they have, what beliefs. You don't know shit. Motherfuckers do not have to tell you their religion. They don't have to tell you shit. Not anything. The fuck is wrong with y'all? They gotta go. They gotta go. John Morrissey told me that he would arrest me for unlawful assembly. Just only me by myself. I was charged with obscenity. If you look back in the day, obscenity is those who talk about unusual things that these motherfuckers who can't know shit, they are in a childlike state. And so they get ready. So if someone was talking about sex or masturbation or, you know, anything that It could be anything. It could be about some news. It could be about dyeing their hair. It could be about anything outside of what these motherfuckers, they would charge them with a city. And it'd be the most regular shit. And I'm just going as far as them talking about sex. You know what I'm saying? Like if I say, okay, well, you know, I want to talk about how sexuality, or I want to talk about where I couldn't. That would be the only way that I could not use the Constitution, in which that shows that that's how they violated in the first place. So fuck the Emancipation Proclamation, and what else is it? The Independence thing, July 4th. Now, for them, to steady put these things out on me, okay, and steady find ways to stop me from living, being, like my language. This motherfucker said, if I say so, just say if I said motherfucker, he'll throw me in jail. But if someone speaks their language and he did not know what they mean, he would not arrest them. Make it make sense. You don't know if that motherfucker did and said whatever to you. How you ain't gonna arrest them for using their language, but you arrest me for using mine? When you're around others, your senses see, there's heightened senses, especially if you're around those who you care about. They dealing in depth. They dealing in confusion. If my thing, my thing is messing up. I had got chapter 51 for just 51 for just sitting there. Motherfucker, there are those with pacemakers. I don't have a pacemaker. But I have reason to believe that some are defeating the odds against a lot of unlawful. But I have reason to believe that some are defeating the odds against a lot of unlawful things that are being happening to try to figure out. Blood is going through that pacemaker, whereas it's supposed to be on the timer, which is also bullshit. But how they keeping the phone alive? I mean, I figured it out. I said, I figured it out. I have more to talk about now, and I feel rushed for a reason right now. They had, instead of giving my dad vitamins and minerals and shit that they needed, they replaced his knees. And eventually, when he was in the bed, just trying to get better, his knees locked up. That's wrong. Why his legs? Why did y'all basically fuck him up where he can no longer even walk? You know what I'm saying? And that's a way of killing in the inside. So I said these pacemakers and all that stuff is going, they trying to figure out through these phones, they put in melanin, bodily fluids, trying to figure out how to keep these phones and shit going. But then they killing, we're giving these debilitating